Hello, my name is Megan Haynes, and I will be giving a policy speech on the Tobacco 21 legislation. For decades, tobacco and its usage has been the center of many societal arguments. In the 1900s, tobacco was considered a youthful product and was advertised as such. Smoking cigars and cigarettes was the cool thing to do and was sort of a symbol of one's personality and status. As technology and science became more advanced, tobacco was outed as an addictive carcinogen and was considered to be the lead cause of lung disease in generations of smokers. Legislative actions were taken to protect America's youth from this now harmful substance. Children under the age of 18 could no longer purchase tobacco or tobacco-related products. Policymakers' goal of a tobacco-free youth was looking more and more achievable, and the statistics were there to prove until about 2010, when the first electronic cigarette was introduced. Since the birth of e-cigs and Juuls, and the increase of middle school students who use e-cigarettes went from about 0.6 to 10.5, and for high schoolers, the percentage went from 1.5 to 27.5, a shocking increase. Numbers rose so fast that politicians began to call the e-cig movement among the youth an epidemic. Their solution to this new problem was to raise the legal age to buy these products to 21. Raising the legal age for nicotine and tobacco-related purchases from 18 to 21 was a poorly planned and panic-influenced decision in an attempt to curb the vaping epidemic that will not only force legal adults to commit minor crimes in order to satisfy their current vaping addictions, but their prohibition will also boost their popularity on shady markets that target underprivileged youth. Since the birth of e-cigs and vapes, why did the numbers increase so drastically? One of the main reasons was companies falsely advertised their products as something that could be seen as a mood booster or a calming agent. These companies also used on their products lighter colors, and they introduced fruitier flavors in order to entice youth. This caused tobacco users to side with these companies instead of other agencies creating negative and extremely fictional ads on the consequences of using tobacco. Tobacco companies played on the emotional response of their target audience, which helped lead to this current epidemic. So we've gone over why so many Americans are currently addicted. Now let's discuss how changing the legal age to purchase such products did more harm than it was good. So Tobacco 21. What is it? Tobacco 21, or T21, is a legislation signed by the president that raised the federal minimum age to sale of tobacco products from 18 to 21 years of age. It became effective as of December 20th of 2019. How is it harmed? For certain people, a vaping addiction has become part of their normal life, and by making it illegal to purchase these products, policymakers are creating higher priority to obtain tobacco to satisfy their addiction. Now, those under the age of 21 will have to find new illegal ways of getting around this legislation. They do this through buying fake IDs, asking others to buy for them, which is sketchy, and through questionable deals. It's obvious the blatant disregard for age groups that have already been affected by these products, but what can be done to assist these groups instead of cause more tension? There are a few measures we could take as a society to aid these groups. 1. Tobacco companies could advertise their products accurately, explaining the consequences. They could also provide these products in a more natural light, less fruity flavors, more natural colors. Sell these products as they are, which is tobacco products, which can have a severe effect on anyone's lungs. Another thing would be to dump the legislation, to eliminate illegal avenues of buying tobacco products. Lower the age back to 18. We also could, as a society, create more public the effect of tobacco and nicotine has on a body. We could do this and create more addiction centers and providing more information on how to deal with addiction. To restate, e-cigs and vaping products' popularity has skyrocketed since 2010, enough for politicians to brand it as an epidemic among America's youth. Policymakers have used strong claims and making tactics in order to showcase vapes as highly deviant products and emotionally appealing to older generations with children. By doing so, they were able to change the legal buying age to 21 and did so without thinking of the negative effects this could have on those under the legal age who have already formed an addiction. Politicians must realize that raising legal age for people to gain certain freedoms is not going to end the problems they were targeting. Instead, it will cause new issues that could be now labeled as criminal or illegal. If their aim truly was to improve the overall health of those in the United States, then they need to take real actions in helping bring awareness to addiction and how to overcome it instead of hanging those who, with their current illegal addiction, out to dry. If the product is harmful as they make it out to be, then focus on improving the product and what is commercially available for these people instead of focusing on the people with an addiction to protect the government that could not properly regulate it from the beginning. Some questions you may have: who enforces this legislation? Businesses that sell have to enforce this legislation by checking everyone's ID that comes through. But the FDA will oversee the enforcement of the minimum age by sending inspectors over to those businesses. Another question is, what was the actual intention of Tobacco 21 legislation? Their intention was raising the age will prevent kids from starting to use tobacco. The earlier kids start, the more at risk they are for chronic disease such as heart disease, asthma, and cancer. Thank you.